chapter 12 and verse 6. For whom the Lord loveth, he chasteneth, and scourgeth every son whom he receiveth. If you endure chastising, Yahweh dealeth with you as with sons. For what son is he whom the Father chasteneth not? First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. I want to give the honor to the apostles of great mercy that do rule well. Salutation to the man of the hopeful and saints elect. Is Marcus out here in Trinidad. Just want to do another edification for the elect's sake. And the name of this lesson would be Embrace the Process. And what I mean by embrace the process means the process of purification. Because the chastisements, the tribulations, the hell, the downs, all these series of unfortunate events that we go through, being men and women of the faith that believe in Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, all these things that we endure, that we go through, is all to make us a better version of ourselves. It makes us, as the scripture says, I have chosen you in the furnace of affliction. You understand? It means that when you go through all that hardship, the reason you come out better than you were before is because you endured, as the scripture says, if you endure chastising. If you endure chastising, let's say you're making weapons. You don't want a sword that wasn't purified right. It came out, it's full of dross, it looks all bent up and has, all sorts of impurities, means that it will shatter easy. You don't want that. You want the fine steel. All right, you want it fit for the master's use. That is what the Lord wants. The Lord don't want you in this truth and you still full of your worldly ways. All right, that is why we're going through this process of purification. That is why it means, the name of the title is Embrace the Process. Don't fight against the hardship that you catching and will catch in this truth. You're not going to escape it. You are not going to escape it. There's only one entrance, the straight path, and in the straight path, you're going to catch hell. The great apostle Taha said it, and I will always keep quoting it. You are going to suffer, so learn to suffer. You're going to catch hell, so just embrace the process. All right? Yes. 2 Corinthians, I believe it's verse chapter 12, it says, tribulation at the first is not comely. It's not comely. It's not beautiful. You catching hell is not comely, but guess what? At the end of it, down the road, you need to have that far-sighted vision. Don't have that near-sighted vision. Have that far-sighted vision where you could see the fruits that will be reaped at the end of this road. All right? You have to have that far-sighted vision. All right, this is 2 Timothy chapter 2 and verse 20. It says, but in a great house there are not only vessels of gold and silver, but also of wood and earth. And of earth, it says, and some of honor and some to dishonor. It says, if a man therefore purge himself of these, and how you purging yourself? Through the tribulations that you're going through. Because when you go through it, you have no choice but to humble yourself. A lot of times, the hell that we catch is situations that we put ourselves in. So therefore, when you catch the hardship, you know not to put yourself in that situation again. So it's all a purifying process. All right? It says, if a man therefore purge himself from these, he shall be a vessel unto honor, sanctified and meet for the master's use, and prepared unto every good work. So the Lord wants the finer vessels. The Lord wants you to be a finer vessel, purified and perfect. All right? He wants you perfect. He says, be you perfect as your Father in heaven is perfect. It says Job 5 and verse 17. It says, behold, happy is the man whom Yahweh corrected. It says, therefore despise not the chastening of the Almighty. Don't despise it. But the Lord dealing with you as a son. Think about you out here not catching hell, then you have to be worried. You have to be worried if you not catching hell. If you have to afflict your own soul just to fit in, to feel afflicted, you have some worrying to do. But if left, right, center, you catching hell and you trying your best to serve Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, hey, just know that Yahweh Hashem Yahushai went through it. Yahweh Shai went through it. Just remember, the scripture said in all the affliction, he was afflicted. He was made like unto his brethren. Remember that he took not on him the nature of angels, but of the seed of Abraham. In all things, he was afflicted just like us. All right? And he was glorified afterwards. So if you want to, be a part of the kingdom, we have to go through that same entrance also. All right? We have to go through that same entrance. This is the book of Hebrews, chapter 2 and verse 9. It says, but we see Yahushai, who was made a little lower than the angels for the suffering of death, crowned with glory and honor, that he, by the grace of Yahweh, should taste death for every man. For it became him for whom are all things, and by whom are all things, in bringing many sons unto glory, to make the captain of their salvation perfect through sufferings. So that is how we're going to be perfected, by sufferings, by catching hell, by being chastised, by being cast down but not forsaken. All the hell that we go through, all the sufferings, man or woman, because guess what? The hell that the men gonna catch ain't gonna be the same hell that a woman gonna catch. Sometimes the men catch physical hell and the woman catch mental hell. And then a lot of you sisters, you believe that you be catching the most hell just because your man being stern with you. But nah, guess what? You ain't compared to what the man going through, you ain't catching no hell. And compared to what any of us going through, it ain't nothing compared to what Yahushai went through. So therefore, none of us should be able to complain. All right? It says, verse 11, it says, for both he that sanctified and they who are sanctified are all one, for which cause he is not ashamed to call them brethren. Why? Because you suffered just like him, and you held the faith. So with all your suffering, just keep the faith, because the hell that we catching now ain't nothing in comparison to what's gonna come in Jacob's trouble. It ain't nothing in comparison. So if you can't stand strong now, how the hell you gonna stand strong in the time of Jacob's trouble? All right? So pick yourself up and embrace the process. All right? Pick yourself up. All right? It ain't over. Still have a distance to go. All right? We're almost out, but we still have a distance to go. All right? This is 1 Peter chapter 4 and verse 12. It says, beloved, think it not strange concerning the fiery trials, which is to try you. Acceptable men tried in the furnace of adversity. All right? It is to try you. All right? It says, as though some strange things happen to you. It says, but rejoice inasmuch as ye are partakers of Mashiach's suffering, because Yahushua went through it, that when his glory shall be revealed, ye may be glad also with exceeding joy. You will be glad with exceeding joy also. Why? Because you purified yourself. You purified yourself and you stood the trial. You stood the trial. You showed that your faith stood strong in Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. So embrace the process. This is what we have to go through to enter into the kingdom. All right? This is what we have to go through. This is Acts chapter 14 and verse 22. It says, confirming the souls of the disciples and exhorting them to continue in the faith. This is what we're doing with these epistles, exhorting you to continue in the faith, that we must through much tribulation enter into the kingdom of Yahweh. Through much tribulation. It's not gonna be easy. Don't let nobody fool you. This is not church. This is not Christian theology. You are going to catch hell. All right? You are going to catch hell. Philippians chapter 1 and verse 29. It says, for unto you it is given on the behalf of Mashiach not only to believe on him, but also to suffer for his sake. You're going to catch hell. So embrace the process. All right? The final precept here is Ecclesiasticus chapter 2 and verse 1. Slack. Press second Ezra. Ecclesiasticus chapter 2 and verse 1 says, my son, if thou come to serve Yahweh, prepare thy soul for temptation. This is one precept that every brother should know, every sister should know. Set thy heart aright and constantly endure, and make no haste in the time of trouble. Cleave unto him and depart not away, that thou mayest be increased at thy last end. You have to have that far sight. Whatsoever is brought on thee, take cheerfully, and be patient when thou art brought to a low estate. For gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity. You have to stand the trial. You have to embrace the process, and that is the only how you're going to come out a vessel for the final. So you have to embrace the process. Don't run from it. Embrace it. There's no way around it, under it, over it, but only through it. There's no other entrance. All right? So with that, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Abba Shemel Shai. I want to give double honors to the apostles of great mercy and do rule well. Salutations to the men of the hopeful and sincere elect. This is your beloved brother out in Trinidad, Marcazar, saying shalom and stay strong. Shalom.